Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Fatma Hassanein. This presentation is about motivation EFL learners' level of participation in a Saudi university. This presentation will include the following points: the context, what context do I work in, and the puzzle, what's the problem that I'm facing, and definition of motivation, motivational theories, better understanding, new plan, challenges, and finally the references. Starting with the context of my teaching. My students are aged 18 to 20-year-old. They're preparatory year university students, and all of them are girls. These students have different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, as they came from international and governmental and sometimes private schools, and each school has different features. In order to join the English language, which is a compulsory subject in order to be specialized in their future fields, they have to take a placement test, and according to this placement test results, and in order to be placed in the right level, the levels are from 101 to 104, and 101 is the beginners and 104 is the intermediate or the advanced level. The duration of each level is 6 to 7 weeks, 18 working or teaching hours a week, and also they have a consulting time, 5 office hours, where they can find more support and ask for guidance. The capacity of each class is ranged between 25 to 40 students. What is my puzzle? My puzzle is, why are my students like the motive to or the interest to learn English and consider it as an obstacle in their educational progress? What might affect this point of view? What might change this idea? In order to do this, I had to know what is motivation. And according to Dunya, motivation is the responsible factor for determining human behavior by energizing it and giving it a direction. Similarly, Cook and Artino mentioned that motivation is a function of the expectation of success and perceived value. Now I know what is motivation. And in order to dig deeper and go through the theories of motivation and see how do people think and what might change the way they are behaving. In here we have lots of theories, but I choose to choose only 2 theories, the content theory and the process theory. The content theory is the factors and desires that shape human behaviors. And we have 3 famous theories under this label, which is the Maslow's theory, Macklin's theory, and McGregor's XY theory. However, the process theory, which is certain amount of instigations, force arises, initiates actions, and persists until planned outcomes are reached, and according to Dornier 98, has also 3 famous theories: the expectancy theory and the goals theories and the self-determination theory. Starting with the content theory, Maslow's theory, we'll see that the hierarchy of Maslow starts with the physiological needs, the safety needs, social needs, self-esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. My learners have no problem with the lower needs. However, they need more assistance. They definitely need more assistance on the upper social needs and the self-esteem needs. The other theory, which is Macklin's theory, which is the need for achievement to success, this was recorded or observed with the science students. And we have 2 types of students in our sections: art students and science students. The science students are going to use English more in their future studies. However, the art students are not going to use English anymore after this year, after the preparatory year. They're not going to use it in their further studies. And this is why the kind of motive is different. And that we can say that the science students are so much keen about their progress and about achieving their set goals. The other part of the theory is the need for affiliation or interpersonal relation. And those girls were raised in a very protective environment, and these people had lots of assistance from other countries. People were recruited and hired to work in their houses, in their schools, or whatever. And they learned the hard lesson of that people, when they get attached so much to these people, and these people frequently leave, they feel a little bit hurt. So they learned not to build a strong relation. It might be a relation that would last for a couple of months, but not more than this. The last part of the theory, which is need for power or influence to influence others' behavior and beliefs, and this were rarely recorded. The last theory of the content theory, which is McGregor's theory. And McGregor's theory has two factors, the theory X and theory Y, and it's so much related to Maslow's theory, where they expected the theory X as the assumption to manage and control the individual by satisfying the lower needs, the physiological, the safety, and the lower needs. However, theory Y deals with the higher order, which is the higher social needs and esteem and self-actualization needs. The next theory, which is the expectancy theory, it has two main factors, the expectancy theory, and it has past experiences. Does past experiences influence learners' motive or setting goals? And what was the kind of experiences they have? Was it positive or negative? Did it add or take from their interest to learn the language? And do they have the ability to judge their own abilities and others' abilities? Can they maintain their self-esteem? Can they build or upgrade or enhance their level of confidence? And the other part, which is the expectancy of value, attainment value, which is the importance of this building a motive. What is and what level of importance does this motive might have? And the intrinsic motive, which is from inside, the inner one that comes from the interest or the desire to achieve something or to do something. The extrinsic, do they believe that the author environment might support them to achieve their goals, might provide them with more motives in order to enhance their level of participation? And the cost, what is the exerted time and effort that they need to do or to achieve their goals and to enhance their level of motivation? The second process theory, the goal orientation theory, and the goal orientation theory has two panels, has two factors. The goal setting, which is already set by the whole environment, otherwise either it is the educational goals or the whole society goals. And these set goals, the learners have a level of acceptance to these levels. Do they accept them or not? Do they chin with them? Do they find that these set goals are difficult, or do they have a level of resistance to these goals? And do they offer assistance or feedback in order to enhance the set goals? The second type, which is the goal-oriented one, which has also two factors. The first factor is the mastery orientation, where effort will lead to success. And the second one is the performance orientation, of how goals will be achieved in addition to social recognition. They need to be recognized. So it's not only achieving goals, but they need to be appreciated by the whole environment around them. The last type of process theory, which is self-determination theory, and this theory has a strong relation to the expectancy theory, as it focuses and values on the intrinsic and the extrinsic value. And the intrinsic, they believe it's to learn towards achievement and experience stimulation. However, the extrinsic motive, is the external regulation, the introjected regulations, the identified regulation, and integrated regulation. After this part of digging deeper into the theoretical part, and according to my experience as a teacher for several years, I can say that the process theory, and particularly the expectancy theory, is the most relevant to my context, as it focuses on the past experiences, the values, the students' belief, their judging abilities, and the cost, in addition to the extrinsic and intrinsic motives. And it gives great importance to the kind of motive. Is it how far is it important? And from this point, I can say that my learners need more guidance on how to reflect on their performance, set goals for their future plans, find a group of factors that keep them motivated, and share them with family in order to enhance them and to reflect on them, and to maybe to have a responsibility of achieving them as they are shared already with others. And avoid overestimating the negative feedback and trying to build more positive ones. Understand that human beliefs are subject to change. If we have a background that was negative or was not very supportive, this doesn't mean that it is the ideal. This means that I still have a chance to change this point of view, meeting other positive ones, and to trust that teachers and administrations are always there for help when needed. I have a new plan that might help in the future. I intend to set and share simple, clear, gradual, and achievable goals with my students and ask them helping me achieving them. Also, I will assist learners creating their own goals if they already didn't so. Additionally, I'll try to build a stronger relation and connection in order to understand how they think socially and academically. In addition, I will try to enhance the educational environment and to more productive, communicative, and cooperative one. Try to find shared areas of interest with my students, and also offer the learners a chance to build or to choose their own educational context. However, this should be done within the permitted institutional framework. Build a competitive atmosphere and reward their progress. Okay. Additionally, I would provide clear and positive feedback of their performance. They need to know what were the areas of strength and what were the areas of weaknesses, and they have to work on. And keep myself motivated in order to set an example for my learners. However, we all might face challenges, and these challenges are as follows. The modular system. The modular system is very short, and it doesn't give me enough time to work on the students' motives. And in order to build a stronger relation, I need more time. Too many assessments. The students have 8 assessments each module, which makes the students are more interested in learning the assessment techniques only, rather than learning other techniques that might be more interesting and more fun. The late registration and administrative delays that might affect that the students would join the course late, and which means that they are not familiar with the teacher and they need more time to get used to the style and to their colleagues and so on. The long maintenance process, in order to fix a computer or a head projector, I have to go through a long maintenance process, which might lead that the thing that needs maintenance will be fixed at the end of the whole module, which has lots of impacts on the students' learning. Thank you very much. Leaving you with the references. This is the end of my presentation.